Okay, Rich, so what are we playing this week then?
Right, so this week we're going to attempt to complete Rick Dangerous on the Commodore 64. Now, this was Core Design's first game. They would go on to create Tomb Raider. These are actually one of Chris's favourite childhood games. So he's looking
forward to this.
So do you want to go for it?
Let's go for it. Let's do it. Here we go. That's cool.
Yeah, so obviously there's it's sort of a pastiche of Raiders of the Lost Ark, really, isn't it? Sort of running away from a boulder. You go to a pyramid later on and sort of fight Nazis as well. Yeah, so the game, you get a bunch of actions in this game, and you do those by holding the fire button down and pushing a direction, essentially. So if you push up whilst holding the fire button down, you fire a gun. If you push down, you drop a bomb. That works very much in the same way as Activision's Hero from the, the Atari 2600 and such. The game is just full of these sort of blind jumps onto spikes. you got to just go through the game dying and sort of memorising where everything is, really.
Yep.
And you obviously get pickups because the bullets and the dynamite is limited, so you've got to sort of replenish them throughout the levels.
Thusly.
Also, holding the fire button and pushing forwards, you sort of poke the enemy and it stuns them for a second, so you sort of walk past them.
Unless you're a bat. And then you just fly down and kill the guy there.
It's cool, sort of ends the level here, isn't it?
Yeah. And there you go, level 1. So I used to have this game when I was a kid, and I used to have it on the red cartridge, the cartridge that came with Microprose Soccer and Stunt Car Racer. Epically good games. And unfortunately I don't have it anymore. I wish I did, because it's like £100 on
yeah.
eBay now, so yeah, I wish I'd kept it, but unfortunately I was a kid back then and didn't know the value of anything, so yeah. What can we say? That's cool. Didn't expect that one to happen, did he?
That is one of the best things about this game, sort of leading the enemies into traps and such.
Or prodding them with a stick to make them stop. He's like, why are you prodding me? That's cool.
Yeah, it's quite cool. Have I done it too early? Nope. This is a cool little bit, actually. Mm-hmm. Lead them all up here. Another section where you just got to wait and stare at the block. This section has to be done all in one as well.
A bit early, yeah.
Yeah, if you try and do this section jumping from the second platform, it's just impossible.
Well done. Well done. You've got 3 bullets, 6 bullets, dude. 5 bullets, sorry.
You want to just shoot them all.
You may as well. This is the last bit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not a worry anyway, that bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Bit of a nasty start
That's
to the level
ridiculous, isn't it? It's just like, yeah, we're going to send something right at you, and if you're not prepared, then you're dead.
Yeah. So remember we said about Anterior coming with its own comic book. Mm-hmm. Rick Dangerous actually came with its own comic book as well, the original version. And the guy who did the artwork for it was actually Ian Gibson, who's sort of like a stalwart of British comics, really. He actually did the artwork for The Ballad of Halo Jones with Alan Moore as the writer. That's one of the absolute major sort of British comic books of all time. Chris isn't a massive fan of it, but no. I'm a big fan of The Ballad of Halo Jones. I thought it was a classic book, especially book 3. That's where everything happens, really.
I didn't get that far, to be honest.
Yeah, you only read the first book, didn't you?
Yeah. Jump the barrel, get under. Jump the barrel, get under. Jump the barrel. They got stuck down. D-pad got stuck.
Just shoot both of those. Go down the right hand ladder.
I'll be honest, I haven't got this far.
Because the left hand ladder always kills you.
And then
you've got to blow it up.
Blow that up and get back a bit. That's it.
You've got to push right off of this one, hold right down as you go down it. That's it.
Through the door?
Yeah.
Now
You've got to jump that, shoot the policeman. You're dead.
Am I?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you've got to shoot the policeman.
How could I? I was on a ladder.
You had to jump off and shoot him.
I refuse to be dead.
This is the last screen of the level.
I should
You
be
can
fine.
attempt to try and lead them away, but usually they just follow you around.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. It's alright. Jump up the ladder. Shoot this guy.
No.
Oh, go on, you do it.
Oh,
you've got to shoot that guy? Oh, when you said I thought you meant the other guy.
You've got to shoot all of them.
Yeah, but in order. You could have said in order, the right guy.
There's no time, it was spawning you on the same screen.
Damn.
Oh,
Can you do it with 2 lives?
yeah.
That's nasty. Huh. Whoa. What was that? Oh, it's points. Hold on, how come some of them are points and...
It's just them being dickheads. You know the ones that fire off?
Yeah.
If you walk into them without crouching, they kill you.
Huh.
Not going to be a whole lot of talking on this bit.
Yeah, sorry viewers, but we've got to concentrate.
Trying to concentrate here. You have to go straight down the middle there. There's flames on both sides.
Oh my god.
Oh, yes.
How would you be
Kill
expected to know that? And you get killed by that thing on top
Yeah.
as well, yeah?
Shit. Oh shit.
There was 2 of them. Didn't you see them?
I just wasn't fast enough in firing at them. It looks like it might be over for us viewers.
Wait, now go.
Oh, fucking hell.
You can do this.
I don't like the idea of trying to do this with this few amount of lives.
Did you forget that?
No, I just don't usually push that fast or right. In fact, I didn't even know it was there.
Oh, that sucks.
I was hoping we were going to do that on the first go.
I feel that's my fault, but... I'm
That bit
not-
is horrible. I mean, I did say to you, it's one of the most horrible screens in the whole game, is that final screen on that level. I think it's possibly easier to just jump the dog, grab the ladder, push left off the ladder, fire 3 times, but... yeah, so they made 16-bit versions of the game as well, and I think this was actually released on 8-bit and 16-bit simultaneously on across most formats, but the 16-bit versions are actually quite a lot longer. Their levels are like twice the length, but
Yeah.
I'm not actually sure if that's a good thing, to be honest. Because this level, I think it goes on for just about the right amount of time without outstaying its welcome. Whereas on the 16-bit versions, I mean, this is like the halfway point of the 16-bit versions level, and you just want it to be over by then, you know.
Now where?
Push to the right, hold right on this bit.
Hold right. Now
Oh,
Fred.
this might be where it is now. Do you want me to do
I've
it?
lost 1 life. I'm not taking the chance. Shit. Oh no, you're fine. Walk it.
Alright.
Well done. 5 lives. Come on. You've got this.
This bit here, you've got to do like this.
Whoa. And then walk.
Yeah. That thing's
Scum.
so fast, it just does you in.
You've got full bombs now, but no bullets.
Didn't want to go for it. done.
Yes!
So we got this little ending here, just sort of like a write-up. Sort of sets up the sequel.
But meanwhile, in space...
Do 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 do.
Hey, we only lost one life, and it was because of a ridiculous mistake by me.
Did we only lose one?
Yeah.
What was that one?
That was where I
Oh,
landed
where
too
you-
close to the muck.
Yeah, you walked into that muck.
I didn't walk into it.
You jumped into it.
Yeah. Okay, Rich, so what did you think about the game?
Well, I'm going to be honest here. This game kind of breaks every rule of gameplay design. You've got blind jumps onto spikes. You've got death traps that just sort of trigger and kill you, and there's no way of knowing where they are. You've got loads of jumps that sort of require pixel perfect precision, and there's even a section where it forks into two pathways, and one of the pathways is just a dead end that kills you, basically, you know. So this breaks every rule of gameplay design, but somehow it kind of works, and it's quite odd. But I have to admit that the game is sort of entertaining to play. I think it's because the levels are so short and there's quite regular checkpoints, isn't there? So because of that, you do sort of feel like you're making a little bit more progress every time. So generally, these sort of elements in a game, I would immediately just sort of say the game is trash. But with this, it sort of works. How do you feel?
Yeah,
about
I've
the
got
game?
massive nostalgia for the game, and I think the fact that you die so often just adds to it, because then you learn, and the sense of accomplishment right at the end is so huge because you've taken the time to sit there and learn everything. The levels are short.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter that you die a million times. There's only 4 levels in the entire game. So if you do go game over, you saw how quick that we got back into level 4 from that first time that we screwed up.
That's because we already have the knowledge of the levels, though, isn't it?
But you will have.
You work, and you might get to level 3, let's say, and then immediately you're just, bam, killed by a dog, you know? And then you're back to the start of the game, you've got to go through the whole thing again, and then, bam, you get killed by the dog again, because you still haven't quite learnt it.
But
And
once
you
you've
might
been
have
killed
to-
by that dog 5 times, you'll remember, bam, I'm going to jump that dog.
Yeah, eventually, and then you'll get killed by the
The
next
next
thing.
dog.
You know, so
But
it's
that's
sort
the
of
way
like
the game works. That's
climbing
its
it's
charm.
climbing a mountain in some ways, you know. It's a game of memorization. It's a game of trial and error. That's exactly what it is. But like I said, I can find it somewhat forgivable because for some reason it's also quite addictive. Because you feel like you're making progress. But I mean, this is 1989, so it's going up directly against games like DuckTales on the NES. You've got Psycho Fox on the Master System. You've got Castlevania 3 on the NES as well. And quite frankly, I prefer Castlevania 1 to this game.
No, I simply don't agree. This game is great fun to play. Yeah, okay, it's going to kill you over and over and over. And it's very unfair because there is literally no way you can know where some things are going to come out until you've played it a billion times. But when you have played it that billion times and you do complete it, as we've proven, because people on the internet say this isn't a completable
Yeah,
game.
which also
It's
indicates
impossible
that
to complete.
It's simply
which
too difficult as
isn't
well.
true.
What are the good points of the game? I'm going to say, number one thing that stands out in this game is leading the enemies into traps. That is legitimately fun, and it's legitimately something that I haven't seen in a lot of games from around this time. It's just cool because obviously you have to memorise where everything is, and it forces you to do this. And because of that, you can also know, right, I can lead this enemy here, and the trap will kill him, and that's kind of satisfying. So that is a legitimately good point about the game. The sprites have some character as well. There's some charm there in the enemy sprites and in Rick himself. There's some presentation. You've got these between level sections.
Very nice
so they've done
presentation.
a good job with that. And obviously we said they had a comic book with it as well.
So what score are you going to give this then?
Right, so when we first decided to do this, I very much thought that I was going to give this a 2 out of 5, to be honest. But to prepare for this video, I had to play this game over and over and over. And I expected it to be a real chore, but it actually never became a chore, and I sort of, I was being entertained by the game, and I did keep coming back and making more progress, and I enjoyed the experience, which I didn't expect that I would do. I did enjoy it to an extent, so I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5, sort of just about. With a caveat, only a very specific type of gamer is going to get any enjoyment out of this. Someone who can persevere a lot with a game. And I mean, it is rewarding to sort of memorise the levels because you look quite impressive ducking under the flamethrowers and blowing things up and shooting and such. So only a very specific type of person is going to get enjoyment from this. So what are you going to give it then?
Well, if I enjoy a game, I feel like it's done its job, no matter what. Okay, no matter its drawbacks, if I come back to a game after 20 years and still say to myself, yeah, I'm really enjoying playing this, there's got to have something. I really enjoy myself every time I load this up. Yeah. Every single time. I can't say that about many games.
No.
But this game I can. And I love the whole premise of the game. I love the way it makes you feel when you do dodge everything. So, okay, it's my nostalgia talking a lot. I apologise for that, but it's going to be a solid 4 for me. Okay, guys, that was Rick Dangerous for this week. Fantastic game. Really enjoyed it. He didn't much.
It's okay. You know,
it's okay.
It has its good points.
Trying to destroy one of my favourite games of all time. But I'm not going to let it bother me. We will see you next week with another game, guys. Take care.
See ya.